done with Madeline Nseke.
Dennis, in the last 3 overs, I think that the Sierra Leone side has done a lot of work to limit, to restrict the scoreboard ticking for the Cameroonian side. I think this is one part of the field inside that they really enjoyed the most, and hopefully if they can keep it on one over at a time this way, the Cameroonian side will really struggle.
Yeah, very true. I mean, Cameroon was 17 for no loss in 2 overs, but now they're already chasing the 8. They are behind the 8 ball. They are 27 for 2 inside the 5th over. Yeah, a couple of unnecessary calls, especially the last one. The 2 runs were not on at all. And in the end, Cameroon losing their 2nd wicket. This is the partnership for me that needs to make sure that drag this game along to a very good total. The captain, Michelle Solange Nkono, and Madeline Laurent Sike have been the standout players for Cameroon. So they will need to bat for very, very long. Ooh. Good ball there to finish off the 6th over. 27 for 2 Cameroon.
Side, I remember where she was the player of the match. Where we had the Sierra Leone consul general to Lagos around, and she was saying she was going to tell the first lady of the country about Alice play of the match award that day, and as well as the Sierra Leone victory. I can't imagine that kind of support and encouragement coming from government officials, to the side is really, really great to see, and they've really shown it so far in the tournament.
Yeah, imagine Alice. Every player of match in this tournament has gone home with an extra $100 as well. Big thank you there to the Nigerian Cricket Federation. When I saw that award, the $100, I wanted to play it.
Of course, Dennis, behind you, you're saying you've not retired.
No,
or that is
it's a female tournament. Unfortunately, I don't qualify. Ijoma, every player of the tournament in this tournament is going home. Every player of the match is going home with at least $100 from the Nigerian Cricket Federation sponsors. Very well done there from the Nigerian Cricket Federation.
really
When I saw that, I imagine I should also get myself playing. Unfortunately, it's a women's tournament, so I can't get myself in. But $100 can do a lot of things in the duty free at the airport.
Yeah, absolutely, Dennis. And once you were saying you're not yet retired, so I'm sure you could get those opportunities later.
Zainab there with the ball going through her legs. Hasunat. The pressure now on Cameroon because they're trying to rebuild. They had started so well. They had started like a house on fire. But now trying to rebuild. Wides indicated there by Temitope Onikoi, the wife to a legend of the Yellow Greens, Adimola Onikoi. Ijoma, is that the only cricketing couple that you know here in Nigeria?
No, there are lots. Oh, really? There are lots. There are a lot. We have the Nigerian team. We have Ehiso Wadiale, who works with the production team here. Alongside he's married to Agatha Wadiale, who plays for the national team. She's been superb so far, with the bat for the Nigerian side. I'm trying to remember who. I know that there are really so many around. Well, it's great to see them, cricket family get back to. Yes, then there's the assistant coach of the Nigerian team, Coach Theophilus Ibudeme. He's married to a cricketer as well. She's in Edo State, at this time. So it's really great to see that kind of what do we call it? Is that partnership as well?
Some partnerships have been forming off the field. Yeah. It's good to know. Let go there and a good throw to the keeper's side. just not strong enough to make sure it catches Solange out of ground. But Solange was in trouble there, ball watching. She didn't realize that her partner Nseke had already reached her. Just lucky, gets away with that because the throw was not strong enough to the keeper's side.
Great to see Medellin hanging in there for the Cameroonian side, really.
Yeah, another good shot there from the captain. Turns around, not very well. Again, not lucky. She's lucky that the throw not strong enough, the arm not strong enough to reach the keeper. But Solange turning the wrong way. Again, some of those are some of the basics they talk about. If you saw how the Gazelle girls from Rwanda were running between the wickets, if you get those basics right, they give you an extra step and an extra yard to make sure you make ground quickly. But Solange holding the bat the other way, and her back was towards the ball. So sometimes you may not know if the ball has been picked up quickly. After the 7th over, Cameroon 35 for 2.
Yeah, we see Alice Feely coming back and is an extra for the Cameroonian side. The previous over she bowled, she's been really good for the Cameroon for the Sierra Leonean side. Hopefully she makes this one count as well. And it's Gatson and Yibisi from Rwanda in the middle there, making the calls. Yeah, one of
some sportsmanship. Gaston Niyibizi, they are not impressed. But Madeleine, very, very strong on the offside, but I see Phil insisting on bowling in that region. Any bat on that, it will just beat the field at point. Much better. That's a better line to bowl to Madeleine because she's not very strong in that area. You make sure that you most likely get a dot off her. But Madeleine takes her time when she's batting. She really spends a lot of time on the wicket. She's already faced 25 balls for just 13 runs, but that works for her team. Sometimes when you understand the composition of your team, it's better you play the same way. And it's good to see. See there, another good shot there from Madeleine. Very, very strong outside of stump. Waits for the ball and plays it very late. And she picks up a couple for her team. These are the simple bits. You are talking about it, Ijoma, in terms of coaching and all. But I've seen that Cameroon are doing the right things first. One of the things you need to learn as a young player is staying on the wicket. Once you grab that basic, the rest, everything else comes very, very easily. Good shot there from the captain Solange. Lines it up well. Unfortunately, finds the fielder. End of the 8th over, 37 for 2. Cameroon. Janet Kowa comes back into the attack from the pavilion end. Janet Kowa, you know Ijoma back home. She's a police officer. So do not joke around. Otherwise, you'll be arrested. A lot of the Sierra Leone players have their foundation coming from the forces. Even for this, what a wicket. Comes back into the attack and breaks the partnership. Big, big wicket. Picks the captain. not the captain, Madeleine Laura Nseke has to go. Goes back on a full delivery. And the police officer makes her first arrest today. Her second arrest. Janet Nkoma picks the big wicket of Madeleine Laura Nseke. Cameroon now 37 for 3.
Yeah, then he's talking about making her arrest. Janet has been superb so far for the Sierra Leonean side. She's really an asset to the side. Hopefully, she's able to do more of this, as the innings progress.
Yeah, and I was saying that a lot of the players here in Sierra Leone coming from the forces, a lot of the guys on the men's team come from the police force and the military. I think goes all around, even in our country, the forces very, very strong on sports. The prisons, the police force, and the UPDF very, very strong on sports. So I think it's very easy for her to get time away from work because she's actually going for a sporting event. Is that the same here in Nigeria?
Yeah, same. Really, the paramilitary militaries, we really have them, engage in lots of sports, especially games like archery, games like you know, games that really has to do with a lot more energy, a lot more focus. So it's really great seeing that. I remember speaking with the captain of the Sierra Leonean side. I asked about a player, Mabiti King, who was here the previous edition, and they said she's on a UN mission or thereabout. So it's the same thing all around.
Yeah, you can see there Janet Koma coming from the police forces. Zainab Kamara there in your image, the wicket keeper. She comes from the prisons forces. So it's good to see that. I think it's happens all over the continent in Africa here that the forces are very, very strong.
Dennis, as well as the team manager for the Sierra Leonean side, she's also with the correctional coach Sarah Johnson. She's also with the correctional um, um, service or office in Sierra Leone. So it's really great to see that.
The new batter for Cameroon, Clemence Ingrid Mandimon. She's lining up the ball well. Only that she's finding the fielders, but she's lining up the ball well. She's made about she keeps out Janet. Good over there from Janet. Completes the 9:37 for 3. Cameroon. Cameroon, something I've noticed. They don't do that mid-wicket conference. You know it, Ijoma? At the end of each over, the two batters walk together to the middle, tap bats, tap gloves, or bats. Most times there's really nothing said that is of importance. But it
More
just
like a
gives,
ritual, eh?
it's like a ritual. You go and touch glove with your partner.
So well
Just tell
done,
them,
well done.
Ijema,
Huh?
how are you? Do you like the weather? And then you go back to your stations. It just to allow you to release some of the pressure, switch off. It's a good habit. But if you don't do it, it just seems like each one of you is fighting their own battle. There are 11 people around you, so it's just the two of you. Just make sure you look out. You look out for each other. So it doesn't have to be that you're passing on anything technical, but you can sometimes for the men they want to talk about the night out last night. Good stuff there by the Solange to pick up a single. So it's a ritual more or less to just there's nothing tactical you're trying to pass on. You're just trying to make sure you feel you make each other feel
Relax,
comfortable,
yeah.
relax, exactly, relax. So you don't necessarily have to
And like we've got this, bro.
yeah,
Let's
exactly,
keep doing this.
exactly. So you go, you tell, hi sis, I like your hair, looking nice. It's coming off. Let me put it back.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So you don't necessarily have to say anything of great importance, but it helps you relax and calm down when you're out there in the middle together. Otherwise, when you don't do that, it's like you just say, do your thing, let me do my thing.
Ensure you just stay there. Yeah.
Fatou Pessima, the new bowler for Sierra Leone. Popper, they'll pick up a single. And the only other thing of importance could be if you're not running well between the wickets. So you talk with your partner and you tell them, you know what, maybe I've realized that Dennis is not the strong fielder. So every time I hit the ball to him, let's take the run. If Ijoma is a strong fielder, every time I hit the ball to her, let's not take the run. So those small bits you pick up in the game can also be passed on at that time.
You're right, Dennis. Dennis, you know the bowler Fatu Pesima. She was just telling me today it's her birthday, and I'm imagining how hopefully they are going. Hopefully she helps us I get a win today, and I can imagine how much they will celebrate really and on her birthday, which is a weekend.
Are you going to sing Ijoma?
I can't sing.
I thought you were going to sing for Fatu Pesima. Fatu
Okay.
Pesima, and I know a lot of people are watching from Sierra Leone. Big birthday to her. Very passionate cricket and one of the young players on the team. I've seen her around a couple of times for two. She's about to join university. But we hope she has a very happy birthday, especially with the win
Yeah.
for her team. That game in the game against the win against Ghana, she took some nice in the game against Rwanda. She took some nice catches. Can look at the wickets that have gone down so far. The first one there by the police officer, her first arrest today. Catch popping up very kindly for another correction for the correction, and immediately creates an opportunity for the team. Unnecessary running between the wickets there from the Cameroonians. Princein getting herself run out there. Beautiful work there behind the stumps by Fatu Pesima. First up, a full toss and dispatched for a boundary. Selina Bull comes into the attack and serves up a hit me ball that it's put a very, very well there by the captain. Off the wicket would be a no ball. She's lucky to keep it on the wicket. Selina Bull has some relation with their former captain Linda Bull. Much better this time, but a half track again. Half tracker picked up very well by Clement. Apologies, Clement is the one who hit the boundary as well. The live score they are giving us a headache in terms of understanding who's scoring the runs. Cameroon now making a sort of recovery, 44 for 3 inside 10 overs. A couple of wickets went down and they are derailed their run scoring. But now they are making a recovery. Cameroon, true to their style, even if they lose a match, they've been batting all their overs.
And those are the basics you talk about, Dennis, right?
Swing and a miss going across the line. And that's what I was talking about, that those are some of those small bits really make a big difference. For Cameroon, I've seen a couple of times they want to go across the line against on full deliveries. That is something they can work on. And for me, importantly, that mid-wicket conference is very, very important for batters because it helps you try and make sure you keep each other calm in the middle. So those small bits, you teach to the team, and in the next tournament, they could be the difference for them. No ball indicated too high, and the umpire convinced. The bowling change here so far not working. Selina Bull working for Cameroon, but not for Sierra Leone.
Really working for Cameroon. With a good over for the Cameroonian side. It's a plus to them.
Yeah,
We
they
could see
need,
their scoreboard has really increased. Yeah.
yeah, they needed this kind of over because Jeanette Kowa and Alice had done well to drag them back. But now Selina Bull just releasing that pressure. End of the 11th over, 48 for 3. Projected total, if we keep going like this, will be 87. Is that good enough for Sierra Leone to chase down? Do you think they can chase it down? See that full toss, the first ball there, Selina Bull bowled. Full toss too high, but played well there by Clement. What do you think? 87, good enough total for Cameroon to be able to defend with their kind of bowling?
Well, I don't think so. I feel that in the second.
And it's given the umpire there, Gaston Niyibizi, does not hesitate to put his finger up. Very convinced with the height. Fatu Pesima gets a bear hug from her teammate. She comes into the attack and cleans up the captain, Michelle Solange. Not the captain there, Clement has to go. You can see some of the Cameroon players have to share with the same bat every time. The person walking in doesn't come with a bat, so the person going out has to give her the bat. Barest of margins and minimums, but has not killed their spirit at all. They're the last team to arrive here for the tournament because they spent 2 days stuck at the Abidjan airport. But once they got here, they are very, very eager to get on with the business. They are not feeling sorry for themselves at all. Straight onto the part there of Clement and given out by the umpire Gaston Iniwizi from Rwanda. Niyibizi from Rwanda. That's the kind of heart you want to see in players. Cameroon not feeling sorry for themselves at all. They came here and they got down to business immediately. The day they landed, they went straight to the nets. I think they just dropped their bags at the hotel, and the next thing was seeing them in the nets.
Yeah, that's a good way to begin. Really. I think it's looking like a good over. Fatu Pasima began with. Earlier Fatumata Parkinson was saying they were going to restrict the Cameroonian side to about 50 runs, and it's 50 already. I think they've got a lot of work to do, especially with the extras they're giving out.
Yeah, you're very true. It's been the extras that have been the problem for Cameroon today. They've been too generous. Another good ball there from Fatu Pesima. Has come back beautifully in this over.
Dennis, many times you hear it's better to respect the ball, just block.
All played there by Bele. Like you've said, Ijoma, that's a good thing about the Cameroonians. They really never try anything fancy. They just make sure they are playing within their own means. The ball is not there, it's not in your zone. You try and respect it by not keeping it out rather than trying to go after it. End of the 12th, 51 for 4. Fatoumata Parkinson thought they would restrict Cameroon to only 50 runs. I guess she was all wrong because we are now 51. We have a whole lot of 8 overs left in the first innings. And I'm sure Cameroon will score at least, I'm not sure, but I think they'll score at least 80 runs.
But then talking about the partnership we're looking for in the Cameroonian side, Dennis, I don't think I've seen any yet.
To speak of extras, Ijoma, I'll tell you, Sierra Leone born a ball 14, make that 15, but means that Cameroon have also been done some work with the batting. Madeleine Sekelea 14 on the scorecard, the standout so far. The captain Michelle Solange Nkani still hanging in there. Another wide, back-to-back wide there from Issa Queen. He's been struggling with the wides, was taken out of the attack because he bowled a couple of wides in the first over. The 12 runs he has conceded so far, I think about 10 of those have been wides. Much better quick
Yeah.
ball so far from her. The standard bowler, standard. Alice File, 7 runs for no wickets from 3 overs. The police officer, Janet Koa, uncharacteristic there from Abele, going across the line on a full delivery. That's what I was mentioning. The Cameroonians, they tend to play across the line on full deliveries. The Cameroonians, the Cameroonians tend to play across the line on full deliveries, which has been some of their Isakwen, too many wides for her from today. The good balls are good, they cannot be played, but from the 13 runs she has conceded, she has given away 11 wides out of the 13 runs she has conceded so far.
That's something that the Sierra Leonean side should be working on, really.
And she spent a lot of time in the nets there working on the wides with the coach, Kenneth Masinga. See there, the correction officer behind the stumps, Zainab, has been struggling, keeping out wides from both sides of the wicket. One down the leg side, one on the offside. Ooh, pops up but doesn't land kindly for Zainab. Instructions from the dugout, they are too loud that we can hear them from the commentary box. Unfortunately, my French is very poor. I cannot help with the interpretation. Isakwi in this particular over, she has bowled 5 wides. Like I was telling you, Jom, about the wides, she has so far bowled 8 deliveries, and only 3 of those are legal. So she still has 3 more. That would make it at least 11 deliveries in this particular over. So that's a challenge that if you bowl a lot of extras, you have to repeat the deliveries, and that makes it a longer game for you and for the rest of the team.
Absolutely, Dennis, and making the batting side a bit more relaxed. At the time, because they just wait for you to keep bowling.
So we are just in the 13th over, and Sierra Leone have served up 20 extras.
You think Fatimata Parkinson will give Ishaki another opportunity, because this over, the Cameroonian side have really benefited from this over.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she has a lot of bowling options in her team, but she'll have to. And when you give out the extras, the poor ball is also dispatched. Very good work from the rope. That was another run that was turned down. Poor running between the wickets there from the Cameroonians. But the captain there, Michelle Solan, is telling her partner that better safe than sorry. They have already gotten a lot of runs from this over. There's no need of being greedy.
She's just telling her partner, hang in there, girl, we're doing good.
Exactly. They've gotten 10 runs already from the over with that wide. 7 wides have been bowled by Issa Queen so far.
Dennis, if you're Kenneth Masenga, coach of the Sierra Leonean side, how will you be able to manage? Let's say after the tournament, the fielding, the bowling. How will you be able to? What will you be telling them, or how much coaching? What kind of coaching will you be doing with the Sierra Leonean bowlers?
I think it's really a case of one, how much time do you spend on target bowling, and then also what do you want to do if you're trying to bowl too many things, then that could be the challenge. Issa Queen not very quick, so she needs to make sure that she's trying to bowl as straight as possible. The basics for the ladies game is to always make sure you bowl as straight as possible, because the technique of the batters is not of a very high standard. So you would easily get something out of bowling straight, something like that, what Fatamata has done. Fatou Pesima has done. So you don't try and be too clever for anyone because the standard is not that high. Because clearly Issa Queen is one of the key bowlers for them, but today her radar has totally been off. What Fatou Pesima is doing is really the basic of how you learn how to bowl very, very well. She's into her third over. She's given everyone a 5 runs, picked up a wicket.
Great lessons from you there, Dennis. I think a lot of us should have our notes really. So while you speak, we just jot down.
But I would never make a very good coach, Ijoma. I don't have the patience for it. I think coaches are some of the most patient people. Full toss on offer. Very good shot there from the captain. And what a fielding there from Sunatu to cut it off. Very, very good work from her. I was telling you, my coaching career was only a tournament long. I coached the under 15 girls in Uganda, and I think that was it. Since then, I've coached my high school, and I feel like I think my patience is not very good for coaching. I'll be a terrible coach for young players. I couldn't even coach my own daughter.
So you can imagine how much patience and sacrifice it takes to coach really.
That's why you see a lot of coaches have some particular habits to just make sure they stay calm. Either you smoke a lot of cigarettes. And I don't think my heart can also contain the kind of pressure that comes with a job because the standard is very high in each and every team.
Really, Dennis. As a coach, everyone expects you to win every game, And then when there's an issue, everyone almost looks back at the technical team, like, oh, they're not doing enough.
The back starts and ends with the coach,
Yeah.
unfortunately. End of the 14th over, 64 for 4, Cameroon. Michelle, Solange, the captain, and Abele making sure that they chip away for their team. 64 for 4 after 14 overs. Janet Ko was bowled well from the pavilion end and she comes back into the attack. The police officer there from the Sierra Leone police. Those 2 wickets she has picked so far have taken her into the top 5 on the bowling chart for the tournament with 6 wickets. She has been brilliant for Team Sierra Leone. Swing and a miss for Abele. And Janet has been impressive today. She's into her final over and a very, very good captaincy here from Fatamata. She's trying to make sure that they slow down the Cameroonians so she goes back to her prime bowler. I will not be surprised if Alice File comes back from the other side. That's how you work on a game. If a team is going away, you go back to your main bowlers to make sure you try and arrest the run scoring. Very, very good captaincy from her.
And Janet is doing the arrest really here.
After a previous bad over, so far 4 dots.
Really, really impressive from her. Oh, wow.
Issa Queen gave away 12 runs in her over. So you always need someone to come. Bowling is also about partnership, not just the batting. So you need someone to come back and try and make sure they repair that damage. And that's why I said it's very good captains from Fatamata to make sure she goes back to her prime bowler to try and repair the damage that had been caused by Issa Queen. End of the 15th over, 65 for 4. But the Cameroonians also very, very intelligent as well. Cricket is always a game where you're trying to outthink each other. That was the final over. Janet is bowling, and she's the best bowler for Sierra Leone. So instead of trying to take her on, you can just see her off because you already got so many runs in the previous over. You wouldn't mind letting her have her way. So you see her off, and you deal with the rest of the other bowlers. So very, very good intelligence from them as well.
You're right, Dennis.
Fatu Pesima will come to complete her spell from the Court of Appeal end. She's picked a wicket, given away only 8 runs in her 3 overs. Very, very good captaincy again by the captain. The challenge here comes in that when you bowl out all your best options, so you get to the back end of the game. Beautiful shot. There will be no stopping that. Top effort there from Hasuna Tuba. She can't cut it off. The full toss played very well there by the captain, Michelle. Boundary for Cameroon, 69 now for 4. As mentioning that when you bowl all your best options, because you're trying to repair some damage, it will mean that at the back end of the game, you've run out of your best options, and you'll have to go with a part-timer to bowl those final overs. So if you find a very good team that still has wickets in hand, they can surely come after your part-timers and get themselves in a good place.
Yeah, very, very, very true. Very true, Dennis. I hope that's not what's going to happen here, because it's just really interesting to see how the scoreboard keeps ticking for the Cameroonian side. They really don't have to do so much job. They really don't have to chase do a lot, and they just see the gifts coming their way.
A lot of runs on offer. Oof. Yeah, very good stuff there from good running between the wickets between Abere and Michelle as well. Very well played. Again, the field placement is just a challenge. That should have been just a single run. But I think one of the fielders is poorly placed, so the ball going between the two of them. Cricket, most times at the highest of levels, is a game of outthinking your opponent. Sometimes the skill level is really the same, but if you outthink your opponent, then you get yourselves in a better place. For Cameroon now, they are doing all the right things. I think what they did so well in this tournament is making sure that they bat out their overs. They've made sure they don't leave any money on the table in terms of resources. If they are 20 all out in their 20 overs, so be it. But most times, because they stay on the wicket, like for example, today they've already been gifted at least 25 extras. They've already been gifted at least 25 extras, but those can also only come if you stay on the wicket. If you don't, then you won't benefit from those gifts. So Cameroon, for them, they've done their basics.
Basics are really important in cricket. That's what Dennis is telling us here. Ouch.
India and taken, the captain perishes. Michelle had started stepping on the gas, but unfortunately she didn't break in the corner, and she has to go. Cameroon lose their 5th wicket, 71 for 5. Fatu Pesima getting a 2nd wicket. Really a nothing ball there, but the sweep shot does not connect very well from Fatu Pesima. Pops up the ball in the air. Simple catch there for Selina Bull. Cameroon lose their 5th wicket, and the wicket of the captain, a big one. Michelle Solange has to walk. Yeah, big round of applause there from her teammates. She has a very, very good leader there. Understands the game very well. Has a good head on her shoulders. She has really been inspirational for them.
Yeah, Dennis. After Medellin, Michelle, the captain, came in to put up more runs on board for the side. So it's really a big one for the Sierra Leonean side to be able to get her wicket out. Then it's 7-1 for 5. Is that really impressive for the Cameroonian side?
They asked to bat first, and they've made a statement of it. They've made sure they put on a very good total. 71 for 5. I'm a bit worried for your Sierra Leone. You tipped Sierra Leone to win this game, but I think I worry for them. That could be a very big total. They're not a strong batting side, and Cameroon are very, very tidy with the ball. They are not as generous as all the teams in terms of extras. So I think 71 for 5, we could have a very interesting second innings. Hasunatu comes back into the attack to replace Janet Kowa, who finished her spell. Starts off with one down the leg. 22 extras have been bowled today. 22 extras have been bowled today by Sierra Leone. That means Cameroon alone have scored 49 runs off the bat. The correction officer behind the stumps trying to make sure she does all the corrections from that bowling. Hasunatu again also guilty of bowling so many extras today. I think between her and Issa Queen, they bowled the bulk of the extra runs. This is what I was telling you, Ijoma, that when you bowl your best bowlers quickly, because you're trying to repair some damage, then it leaves you a little bit bare later on, because now it's the part-timers who have to come back into the attack and finish off the game. And with the new T20 rules, if you don't bowl your 20 overs in the time that is allocated to you, that would mean you lose an extra over when you're coming out to bat. And depending on how much time you've lost anyway. So 22 extras means that you've bowled an extra 3 overs and 4 balls. And in cricketing terms, in tactically, each over takes about 4.5 minutes. So you're going to need an extra probably 15 minutes from somewhere to go through the overs.
Then is there certainly a lot of work to do back home?
Yeah, it's certainly a lot of work to do, especially in making sure that you do time. That's why some teams like to use a lot of slow bowlers, because they allow you to catch up with the game. If you're going to compensate for the quicker bowlers who come from far and take a lot of time to go through their overs. So it's always, again, those small tactical bits. For example, if you watch the cricket cranes playing, they have Frank Nsubuga, who goes through his overs very quickly. Instead of using 4 minutes, he will bowl his over in 2 minutes. That ideally means his extra 2 minutes he didn't use can be used on someone else. So it's just that detail. The detail in the game is important because it helps you, especially as you keep progressing. When you play at a higher level and there are games that are on TV, people there are very careful about TV time and all. They will not be kind that you're a team that is learning and you're wasting a lot of time. 75 for 5 after 17, Cameroon.
So Dennis, you talked about Frank and Suba's bowling. Is it bowling an over in less than 2 minutes? Is it something you learn? Is it personal about you? It's something that the coach tries to ensure that you're able to do that in training. Or is it more like an individual technique?
Yeah, it's not something that you learn, but it's something that as a team you try and build around the type of you build a team around the type of characters that you have. Those characters are the ones that determine how you make up a composition of your team. So if you have someone like Frank Nsubuga, it's a big bonus. That means that Frank can allow you to play maybe at least 3 quick bowlers because of the way he goes about his bowling. So it's a style that complements his style of bowling, complements the rest of the players. So I see Sierra Leone doesn't have any slow ballers. Everyone seems to be coming from a run up. Or they're all trying to run in. So what you do as a team is go back home and try and pick out one of the young girls, encourage them to become slow bowlers. Not necessarily spinners, but slow bowlers. So those now give you another advantage when you come into a game and a tournament because, for example, Nigeria has Adishola Adikunle, Feva CGB, Lucky Peiti, all of them are slow bowlers. So you encourage the young ones when they are taking up. Every time when young people come to play, we all start like pace bowlers, we want to run in and bowl, but you encourage them to take up the slow bowling option. That gives you that advantage in the team. Given out there by Gaston Niyibizi from Rwanda, going across the line again on a full delivery. Alice File finally into the wickets. She has been very, very brilliant for Team Sierra Leone. You can see Ijoma quickly. The Sierra Leone players do not bother to go for the celebrations because they know they are running out of time. So each one of them goes back to their field positions so that they try and catch up on the time. But a very, very straight ball there. You miss a hit stuff. Simple decision there for Gaston, who raises his finger. But you can see there are no celebrations for them because they know they are out of time. Each one of them just runs back to their position.
All right, Dennis. And then you were talking about on the Cameroonian side really trying to play their overs, staying in, there in the wicket in the crease. I think so far they've been doing well. The basics we're talking about.
Because they don't have so much batting in their team, the new batter for Cameroon, Adrien, 75 for 6 for them. They don't have so much batting in the team. Everyone else bats the same style. So everyone who's coming in is just looking to just stay in there. If the ball comes in their zone, they will try and take it on. So from now, it doesn't. At the back end of the innings, for most teams, you feel like they're trying to go after the score. But now, if you don't have the power in the team, then there's no point in doing that. You just keep doing what everyone else is doing. And you see where you finish from here on. So after this, there'll be 2 more overs. Maybe you could get around, projected total is 86, get around 86 runs. And that could work for you. Yeah, it's good stuff there from Selena Ball. Rian getting off the mark.
I think Alice File is one of the bowlers who have been really brilliant for the Sierra Leonean sides. And talking about improving youngsters, I think she's someone who could, who they could really work on back home, and she's able to do a lot of damage, when it comes to bowling against the opponents.
Yeah, very true. Alice File, I think, has been very, very impressive. The organization of the tournament, brilliant as well. My first time here, but I've been impressed by it. The organization of the tournament, been very, very impressed by the Nigeria Cricket Federation. They really look after us very well. I may go back to Kampala with some extra kilos.
That's great to hear, Dennis. Hopefully, we get to see you here next year.
Next year already, not this year.
Yes, of course. We have the ACA in June, eh?
Okay, okay,
Sure,
okay.
sure.
This
You
time
should be around.
I want to go to Benin State or Edo State.
Oh, but you come to Abuja first.
I've had enough good time in Lagos State. Went on a boat cruise the other day. The captain there, of course, very, very impressive, trying to make an impression on us. But I think we liked the water. We had a good time. We had a good time on the lagoon. We have a suspended bridge in Uganda, by the way, just in case you didn't know. We're not third world so much.
You get to be in Uganda, really, but it's a place I would really love to see.
I'll warn you so before you come because You may not come back to Lagos, to Abuja, if you come to Uganda. Alice File, like you've mentioned, Ijuma, Alice File is now tied on the same number of wickets as Henriette Ishimwe. Very, very good stuff there from the youngster. Because Henriette Ishimwe took 5 wickets yesterday and she had taken a hat trick in the win against Ghana, meaning her contribution of the 9 has been virtually in 2 games. But for Alice, they've been spread all over. Now she has 9 wickets, and Henriette is only ahead of her because she has a better economy. The penultimate over of the match of the innings. Ghana now 78 for 6. Cameroon, my apologies, not Ghana. Cameroon got out of the blocks very quickly. They had 17 runs inside 2 overs. But Sierra Leone have made sure they do a better job in terms of coming back to restrict them to a small total. The team manager for the Cameroon side, if possible, ask our producer to put a microphone there because it's very, very animated, even in the changing room. Unfortunately, we don't understand the instructions, but maybe he's trying to tell the batters out there to try and hit the ball and try and increase the net run rate, but very, very animated. When I used to play, from where I come from, that style of coaching doesn't work. You let the players do their thing and then you make the corrections later because you may impair their judgment. Oh, wicket time there for Hassunat. 7th wicket down for Cameroon. Again, the cardinal sin of going across the line on a full delivery. The off stump and furniture is disturbed behind.
Really great stuff there from Hassanatu. Dennis, so far she's been in her previous overs. She's really been contributing to the Cameroonian side, lots of extras. So having her get this wicket should be a huge, confidence for her and a good one for the Sierra Leonean team.
Very true. Very good stuff there. And you realize, Ijoma, I don't know if all the teams have picked it up, that the Cameroon players all struggle to play straight, especially with full deliveries. For teams that, and you're asking for some of the things that teams can do. For teams that have team analysts, you come into the game already knowing what type of bowling we should be doing for a particular team. So for Cameroon as a team, you come out and you only typically bowl straight. We saw yesterday afternoon, because the runners bowl typically straight, they bowl them out for only 29. So you don't bother with even bowling anything outside off stump. You just make sure you stay in the block hole. The final over for Sierra Leone will be bowled by Emma Kamara. It starts off with a wide Emma Kamara. Emma Kamara, for now, from the information I have, the best player for Sierra Leone. She's the one they look up to, an exciting youngster. It's clearly the captain had enough of Issa Queen. She has not come back to bowl any other over after that disastrous over that had so many extras.
I think this should be a huge bridge for Sierra Leone to climb, in the second innings. Hopefully they'll be able to chase that score.
Your money still is on Sierra Leone. I must warn you, Ijoma, that you may lose a few nairas if Cameroon bowl very well.
Dennis, there's no cash in Nigeria at the moment.
I mean, when you say there's no cash, how does everyone else go around here? Do you pay the taxi by mobile money? Catch popped up there for the captain, Fatamata. Cameroon lose their 8th wicket, 78 for 8.
Playing out their overs, just as you said, Dennis. Really, really impressed by this Cameroonian side.
My guy. He's my guy. Emma Kamara will continue this time bowling too. Again, all of them are trying to play across the line. Can just line up the ball well. Sierra Leone today, too generous, 75 extras, meaning they've given away only 54 runs have been scored off the bat by Cameroon. But their team manager, the team manager for Cameroon, very, very loud.
A lot of Francais there.
Swing and a miss. Nothing given there by the umpire, Gaston Ibizi from Rwanda. The final ball for the match coming up. Final ball of the inning coming up. Gaston Ibizi from Rwanda standing in this game alongside Temito P. Onikoi. Swings for the win, chance for a catch, and not taken, put down. At least feel they are caught in two minds, whether to go for the catch or just stop the ball. In the end, doing neither. In the end, only stopping the ball. The final ball coming up there, at least Emma Kamara with the tint in the hair, some style from the girls. When you see the girls at the hotel, it's very... And given out, celebration time there for Emma Kamara.
Brilliant.
And that should end the innings for Sierra Leone, for Cameroon. They will finish on 81 for 9 from their 20 overs. Ijoma, what have you made of the first innings?
Well, I think superb show from the Cameroonian side, but I've really not been impressed with the Sierra Leone team. Really, there are just too many extras, just like in their previous games. We hope that they'll be able to work on that. But then I'm expecting to see something a lot more better with their batting side. But Cameroon has been a really strong team when it comes to batting.
Yeah, very true. And you look at that batting scorecard for Cameroon. The best batter for Cameroon today has been Mr. Extras, 26. 2 all double-digit figures for them. They are from their key players, Laurent Seke at the top of the order, and the captain, Michel Solange Nkani, 14 as well. But 26, sitting comfortably there on that batting scorecard. They stand out. Some homework to do there from Sierra Leone. But maybe they'll be content with the 81 they've been able to restrict Cameroon to. The standout bowlers at the top there, the police officer, Janet Koa, 2 for 11. But also Fatou Pesima, she came into the attack, picked 2 for 14. And of course, Emma Kamara, 2 for 3 in the final over of the game. The extras, the only one that has made sure that Cameroon puts on a decent total they can bowl to. Sierra Leone will need 82 runs from 120 balls in the second innings. We'll wait and see if that is possible. And stay with us for the second innings. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with the second innings.
Welcome back to the Tafawa Balewa Square for the second innings. This was the first innings. The batting card, Madeleine Laurent Seke, sister to one of the coaches here, Alain Seke Tube, the brother following closely away at home, Bruno Seke Tube. Back in Cameroon, 14-14, the highest scorers, the bowling card, Janet Kowa, leading from the front, 2 for 11, and Emma Kamara, 2, as well as Fatupe with the brace of wickets. Batters into bat, Parkinson walks out to bat with Emma Kamara. They start with the ball. Parkinson was meticulous in the field. Time for this show. They finish on 81 for 9. The little dancing strokes there from the keeper of this Cameroonian side, showing that she is in good nick, good verve, good skill. Madeleine Sisa Konseke, she did some good work with the bat. She's got a whole lot of work to do with the gloves. Tidy things against a team full of correction officers is what they desire. Umpire standing out there in the middle. Temi Tope Onikoi, wife to the legend, the Nigerian former captain of the Yellow Greens, Mr. Onikoi Ademola. Niyibizi Gaston bring the love from a land of 1,000 hills in Rwanda, making his second T20I tournament. First one was the Kwibuka last year. He should earn the mileage out there in the middle. Not done anything bad. One is the set score. 81 for 9 is what Cameroon got. Runs on board will always be runs on board, and it's the only thing you can defend. Open the bowling here for Cameroon. Michelle Solange, I beg your pardon, it's Edwige Gewada opening the bowling from the Court of Appeal end. You will be listening to the beautiful and the powerful voice of the big man, first ever captain of West Africa. They came down to Uganda in 2001. This man, he opened the batting. He was keeping wickets. I think he wanted to bowl as well. He went on to captain Nigeria for no less than a decade. Whenever he batted, he got the scoreboard ticking. Hits the ball a long mile. I don't know if he still can do that. Had a couple of stints in England. Was part of the London Lagosians or the London Nigerians, whichever way you want to look at them or call them. He made his debut in the commentary box as an ICC elite commentator down at the ICC Sub-Regional T20 World Cup qualifiers in October, November last year in Kigali, Rwanda, a land of 1,000 hills. Good bowling there, Edwige Gehado, but this one is hit hard, guided to the field at point. Stop the throw, will be back, rocket-like. I will introduce this man when the over is done. Let him catch his breath. He's a big man. No need to rush big men. And in Nigeria, everyone is a big man. You don't know, you don't want to run into anybody or be on the other side of the coin of a big man. But he's got a CV that I don't think he believes is his. A bigger CV than his actual character, because he's a very humble and a gentle giant. Good footballing skills there from the fielder. She does a terrific job. Olive Randemon. Cameroon, of course, the indomitable Lions, known for their footballing skills, been to very many bigger tournaments, won the Africa Cup of Nations, have a couple of legends, including Rigo Basong, who went on to play for Liverpool. I don't support Liverpool, though. It's a premiership weekend in the other continent where the co-commentator for this second innings has been a couple of times. Tell you, it's a weekend here in Lagos. More fans, The 40 club, 4 p.m. club already in the building. They started early today. Final ball of the over, very well kept out by the keeper, Emma Kamara. Beg your pardon. The keeper is Madeleine Sisaka Ontobe. It's the end of over number 1, and the score is 5-1. Mr. Endurance of him, welcome to the comms box for the first time this week.
Thank you, Innocent. You have your ways of making sure everyone thinks I'm a big guy. I'm actually not a big guy. Good morning from this side. It's the NCF T20 Invitational Tournament. And it's Sierra Leone versus Cameroon. Good morning, Innocent. You have a way of making sure everyone thinks I'm the biggest guy here. Meanwhile, you are the big man yourself. Thank you for the opportunity to be sitting with you again. Great shot that will go through backward of point. Races to the boundary. Fuller chasing, didn't get there. Another boundary. And the chair comes through from the dugout of the Sierra Leonean team. It's been a beautiful week here for cricket. An amazing day today. We look forward to a brighter one tomorrow. Ghana have been edged out. And it's Cameroon, we will say, are they toddlers walking, having a few 1 year against Sierra Leone. And they've been brilliant. They were brilliant with the bat.
Cameroon, you talk about Cameroon, and I tell you they have the biggest fairy tale story from this tournament. Came through unranked by the ICC. The victory here will surely get them a ranking, beating up on Ghana. Ghana coming here as chest thumping champions. They go back as woeful losers, but they say you don't learn much when you win. You actually learn a lot more when you lose. The captain, Ryder Amanfo Ofori, saying all the big things, talking the big talk, not able to walk it. She leaves and goes back home with her tail between her legs, very humbled, because cricket tells you you can't talk this game. You've got to play the game and make sure you get it. That's a big swing. When you hit, swing very hard, the catch is fluffed by that fielder there who showed us a beautiful footballing skills earlier on, Olive Randemon. It was traveling. Captain has words with her, as well as Madeleine.
Madeleine was beautiful with the bat earlier in the first innings, and amazing field placement there, but just didn't take the opportunity. Oliver needed to take that one. Sierra Leoneans really having a big swing at the bat, the ball. Coming down the wicket, nudges down through covers 4-1. Will they look for a second? Yes. It's brilliant cricket by the Sierra Leoneans.
They're running very hard. Sierra Leone said this is not just a try-out match for them. It's a game during which they want to set the tone for tomorrow's bronze match. They don't want to be playing second fiddle in any of the matches, because they say we'll see Cameroon, we see an opponent we can size up and eat the prey as soon as we see it.
Innocent, you remember that one in Kigali at the big stadium, Sierra Leone versus Cameroon, where we thought Cameroon were going to take the first victory home from a T20 international. This time, their women's team digging it out again against Sierra Leone.
Big full-hearted chest right there from Manuela Abu Bida. These guys, or these ladies of Cameroon, I don't know how satisfactory they feel with their performances in this tournament, because I feel they've punched above their weight.
Well, and it's given out. It's given out. The batter not quite happy, but she has to work as the game
We'll have a chance of a replay here. This dismissal. Fielders quiet, bowler quiet. Umpire raises the finger. The replay coming through.
Goes right across that pitching line. There was a faint appeal there by one of the fielders.
And that is enough to swing the umpire into action. Temi Tope Onikoi, wife to one of the people you played with.
Well, a family of cricket, becoming a cricketing family. I mean, she also played for Nigeria at some point, and she's been consistent officiating the top league in the Lagos League, the CCC League. She's umpired a lot of Division 1 games, and there you see the confidence building game after game.
If I were lucky enough to be part of the PC team, the player control team, I would whisper to her. Her finger comes up quickly, doesn't give you a second chance.
Comes down the line, no value for that one. They will take a dot, happy with that. The score is 15 for 1 after 2.1.
The day started out very, very cold with a cloud cover. But trust Lagos, it was 29 degrees in the morning with the weather like that. And now it is heating up nicely. Beads of sweat already rolling off the commentators' big cheeks here in the comms box.
It's the heart of the Nigerian cricket season.
Change in the bowling. Abele Leslie Chokabo hit very well, piercing through the offside, beats the fielder at point. More shows for the field bowling skills right down at the boundary. Not good enough to stop the ball from going into the back of her own net. 4 runs to the total. The keeper for Cameroon is Michelle Solange Ekaningono, the captain. They're running away with the scoreboard here. Leone captain Fatoumata Parkinson saying at the toss.
They're making a strong statement here. We're probably going to dominate this one. 62 from 104 balls. The batters from Sierra Leone making sure the statement is clear and the intention is made known to all. They're not sticking around.
They're not interested in sticking around. It is Selina Bull, the left-hander, on strike. Good left hit by the bowler, Abel.
Innocent, I like the way the batter stands, open eyes, stands, looking to hit through the offside. No value from that one. Another dot ball. Lesilier with the ball.
It's the end of the third here at the Tafawa Balewa Square. 20 for no loss, 20 for 1. Another 62 needed. They will be looking to get this in quick time. They want to go away, take a shower, cool off, put their legs up, and wait for tomorrow's bronze match. There are medals to be taken.
The good thing is it sets the tone for a big day tomorrow. Keeping the hope that the weather stays the same. And the fans and teams are beginning to come in through the weekend's games. Some excitement is expected. The 4 o'clock group, kids from the school, end of exams period. coming to see international cricket.
Lots of things at stake here. Ranking points by the ICC, and the two biggest ranked teams in the tournament also do arrive for their afternoon blitz. Rwanda in the building, and the yellow greens right here blessing a team's yellow greens also in the building. They're going to be the cracker of the afternoon on a super special Saturday. Don't miss. If you're anywhere near the Lagos Lagoon, just come down to TBS. Shimmy down the wicket, negating any movement from the bowler. High risk shot for just one run.
Innocent, I like the confidence the batters are getting into. It's good to see the standard of play really improve from the last tournament. It shows the investment the various boards of cricket in these countries are putting in. The passion from the Cameroon team, Sierra Leone teams, Ghana, and the big two, Nigeria and Rwanda.
We'll be having a couple of chats with you. You've been part of the organizing committee, part of the board. How does Nigeria pull this off? We'll do the commentary and answer the questions after the action has been done. Let's see the ball now. Yes, sir. How have you guys been able to pull this off, Nigeria Cricket Federation?
Partnership, Innocent. Partnership is the word. You want to partner with key sponsors, key stakeholders. You want to partner with the press, the media. You want to partner with everyone that matters in running the game in the country. You want to make sure you all agree to be on the same path, and then you keep getting the support that you require. The billboards say them all. They will take that one another wide. So it's been it's been a tall order. I mean, a lot has been put into this tournament from the NCF. I mean, being on the LOC, it's been challenging, but the key is that we were making sure we're consistent about this tournament. And we were initially expecting 8 teams, but I mean, for logistics and other international engagements, 2 or 3 teams pulled out, and we have these 5, and we're happy they came, all of them, to Nigeria, led by Mr. Uyi Akpata, Barrister Truman Osike, the chairman of the LOC, and the project manager himself, Mr. Femi John. It's been an amazing partnership by all. The local men, Ricky Tete, Sam Mihelu, the secretary and the GM, Musa Izoje. Those are the key members of the LOC. And trust me, everyone has had something positive to add on to the tournament. Not forgetting those behind the scene, Mr. David all the way from Uganda, and making sure you all viewers see what's happening here in Lagos. The score is 25-1 after 4 overs. Needed is 57 runs off 96 balls.
We've seen a couple of partners here. Access. Take us through the partners that have come through on board.
We have Pillar Oil. We have a fantastic shot.
Good game, ladies. Good game. That was a good ball from Zainab. Last ball, four. Zainab hit four right to the boundaries. Straight for win the game. All right, Salondon beat Cameroon. So Nigeria and Ghana get for play. Is it Nigeria and Ghana or Rwanda? They get for play later. But it's a good game for the girls them. Club of very young girls, the new set of players them, and some few experienced one like Zaina where it's the last ball. It's really, really good. We won by 5 wickets. Sierra Leone won by 5 wickets anyway. Congratulations, ladies, and all the best. Thanks for watching. And I know a lot of people they watch, they don't understand the game. We go find them for explain how the game day and what in the game mean and where they hit the ball, where they back the ball, how then they run, how then they score cricket. We go find them. We go call the cricket expert the look at talk cricket, yeah. It's a good game. Salon win by 5 wickets and what a ball to end the game. Zainab, I owe you something. Zainab is representing the Correctional Service Cricket Club. The Correctional Service, formerly we call them prisons. A lot of players always see today they come from Midwest, prison, police. It's wonderful. It's wonderful to have young girls coming into the game. I so admire Fatu Pesima from Kent Cricket Club. She's wonderful. Just celebrating birthday a few days ago. Belated happy birthday, Fatu. And also, Marie was outstanding. Marie last on the crease for long. Marie was really outstanding in the game. Anyway, I'm not able to talk cricket tonight because I can possibly understand cricket. I go bring them, we can talk cricket, yeah? I'm not gonna understand. But like I said, good game. I saw two Fatbata Parkinson, when at the captain. It was a wonderful game also. For keep the game going. Like you keep going until they get for outie, but it's fantastic. We need for applaud the girls them. This is what it is. This is cricket. You know, go understand them now. We will like and now we this. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for we Max Davin Salon Sports Show. And as always, say we'll bring you the show alongside we give away. So two people up tomorrow for win 200 billions or 200,000 billions each. And make sure you bring your party and your family. Yeah, like support the show. We got a lot for discuss cricket, the cycling, Lonsar Tour de Lonsar cyclists that they prepare for the April tour, and then they bring international cyclists them as well. We'll go talk to Stylish. We'll go also talk about the Women's Premier League. Congratulations to Mobema Queens. They win the league yesterday. They beat Correctional Service 1-0. And thanks to Rashida too, where score a wonderful free kick, a classical free kick for Anne, the Moyamba base club, their first title, and they win the maiden edition because it don't take a long time female league not to play. And we told that tomorrow inside the show, no miss out. It's going to be good with Emmanuel and Dopey. Hopefully, we go try forget Rashida. Now the show or stylish for tell, but Rashida go tell about the league where they win, or we get stylish for tell we but the tour de Lonsaro where they prepare for. Well, Famulem, you will watch the cricket, you understand. Tell me in the comment section if you understand. But now we win. Now Salon will beat Cameroon, beat them by 5 wickets. Because dem score per week 81. When dem bat na dem first bat, dem call am first innings. Like wey dey say first half per football, cricket get first innings, second innings. When dem first bat, dem score 81. We can bat now, we score 82, so we beat them by 5 wickets. Yeah. All right. Bye bye and have a wonderful Saturday. Okay, let's just watch this interview and then after that we go.
victory going to be to all.
Okay, well done, Solange, and good luck to you and the girls tomorrow. And hopefully, you get better. You're welcome. As Solange Michel, the captain of the Ghana ladies team, of the Cameroon ladies team, we'll speak to the winning captain, Fatamata Parkinson from Sierra Leone. Big smile on you today. We saw you actually opening the innings. Hasn't been happening throughout the tournament. What was the plan for you guys to be able to chase down the total?
Well, I told my girls we need to play this game easily because if we attack them, I don't think we can make it. The best we could do is the ones is small, so all we need is 4 and over. Any other thing that come is an extra. So all we need to do is to go to the V, play to the V, and defeat them easily.
All right. In the first innings, you gave a lot of extras. 26 was on offer from you and the team. Is that something that you need to work on before you play the third and fourth playoff final tomorrow?
Exactly. The extras were too much, and it did affect us a lot. I would say work on that. Our coach will definitely work on that.
All right. Well done to you, Fatamata and the girls. You've won the battle for now, but the war is still on, and good luck to you tomorrow morning.
Thank you.
All right. That's the winning captain, Fatamata Parkinson. And to present our Player of the Match award today, we'll have the president of the Ghana Cricket Federation, Mr. Kwame Asari, to present the award. And the player of the match for this particular match, back home, she's a police officer, bowled very well for her team. With figures of 2 for 11 from her 4 overs, Janet Koa.
Yes, that's my girl, Janet. Congratulations. Miss Koa, officer in charge. Officer in charge.
Big smile on your face. Janet, well bowled today for your team. You have $100 for you to go with your award. Tell us today what inspired you and your bowling.
Well, let me say, I determined today that I'm going to do something. Indeed, I promised my team that I'm going to do something. And indeed, I did it. And tomorrow, I'm going to do the same. So I'm very happy because today is my special day. I'm very happy because today is my daughter's birthday. I said that I'm going to do something. And indeed, I did it.
Well played, Janet. Well done. You can go and enjoy your award. Well done to Sierra Leone who pick up the win today, meaning they will finish third on the table. But do not go away in the afternoon. We have a very big encounter, a top of table clash. Second place Nigeria, who are also the hosts of the tournament, are going to be taking on the defending champions Rwanda. Do not go away, and we'll be back for the second game in the afternoon. My name is Dennis Musari, and that's the end of our post-match presentation.